Okay, I would like to explain very roughly point fixed facades which are made out completely out of glass. The main thing is you need to drill the holes into the glass firstly. So in general, before treatment or stuff with glass, you have to drill this at the exact positions. That means you need a very precise planning. In the planning you have even to think about the gaps on the sides, on the top, at the bottom, the size and the positions of the drillings in respect to the spiders. So in this situation over here, each glass panel is horizontally fixed by 4-point fixation, so that the wind load is able to be transmitted on those 4 points. Beneath the wind load, the horizontal wind load, even the dead load of the glass paneling need to be carried. Therefore we think of a hanging system. That means the dead load of this panel is just transported by these 2 upper point fixations. Point fixation in general, for the 4-point fixation, need to be designed that elongations and shrinkage of the glass due to temperature in both directions will not exceed to any internal stresses. That means you will have a support at the bottom, at the top, at vertical and horizontal direction at one point. On the upper left side, a fixation which is only able to transmit the loads in a vertical transition, but has flexibility in horizontal way. And for the 2 lower fixations, we have translation facilities in both directions. So if this is a piece of glass, we will have 4-point fixations. Those are the 4-point fixations we saw just at the facade. And this means this point fixation is restricted in that direction and in a vertical direction. This point fixation is restricted in the vertical direction, but have a movement in horizontal direction. And the 2 lower point fixations, they are able to move vertical wise and horizontal wise. That means we have it like this one. So how does a point fixation looks like in a section? Normally we use laminated glass for such situations, for such facades. There's a PVB interlayer film in between as an adhesive, and there is right now something like, there are different ideas about that. Important is that there is a bolt, a hinge in the center. So this part is screwed in here, and by this there is a part, at least, to the spider. That here will be the column. That means there are 2 dishes screwed together in here, and these 2 dishes, they are fixed by a hinge able to rotate the glass in a certain angle. What we saw right at the facade was not an outer dish, it was a conical holder, glass holder. That means for a conical glass holder, the outer glass, piece of glass, should be look like that. That's an additional treatment for the during the glass production. And right now what we have in here means that the outer glass dish is more or less even to the outer glass area. The rest, with this hinge in the center, and the screwing, and of course there's a dish on the back, is all the same. Important is that in between the steel or the aluminium elements and the glass there is some EPD interlayer, some plastics more or less, which is necessary to protect the glass edges and the surfaces against directly contact between glass and the steel.